If you're keen on growing your social media as an artist, you're probably focused on the wrong things. This is something that you'll hear in these kind of clickbaity, dopamine style videos. I'll give you the exact formula. This is not one of those videos. And if you're looking for a quick fix, 3 strategies or these hashtags or this camera or whatever, this is not the video for you. But if you're curious to hear what worked for me as someone who was asking other people to do my social media and then grew a following of 250,000 across 12 months, then I'll tell you what worked for me. So, chances are if you're an artist and a musician, you need to unlearn a lot of stuff. It's not actually about what you learn, it's more about what you have learned already that's blocking you from basically getting on there, failing in front of loads of people, learning in public, taking massive action, upsetting your friends and family, feeling embarrassed, climbing the mountain of cringe. So all the stuff that you've learned as an artist so far has been, art's all about integrity, and it's all about creating beautiful art, build it and they'll come, let them come to you, don't be too much, don't put yourself out there. Art's the important bit, focus on the art. Well, my experience was I created 6 albums, no one had really heard them, right? I mean, relatively speaking, no one had heard them. I had a small audience, I had a small following of people, and I'm very appreciative of that. It's been amazing to be able to support myself solely through music for 13 years, doing gigs and selling people records and connecting to fans, and that's a good life, but I always knew that my songs had a wider reach, but I just didn't really promote them. I didn't really get online and promote them. The amount of content I now do in a day is probably equal to what I did in a year 5 years ago. So if you're an artist and you're creating albums and no one's hearing them, you're probably just not doing enough. You probably feel like you're doing a lot and you're probably not. There's this interesting idea that when a baby is teething, the pain is not actually that bad. It's just that it's the worst pain that they've ever experienced. So for me as an artist, promoting my own stuff online for a long, long time, it just felt like a lot. Doing like a post a day felt like a lot. Now I probably post 5 times a day on different platforms and I'm on there and engaging. And my screen time on my phone is probably like 7 hours a day. But a lot of people work office jobs for 7-8 hours a day. So that's one aspect, is just the kind of doing the work, right? Just physically showing up and doing the work. But the other side is the kind of gate between you and actually doing the work is probably that you're afraid of your friends judging you, your family judging you, other musicians or other artists around you judging you. And guess what? They will. They'll probably say that you're cringe or it's too much or you're trying too hard or you're selling out or you shouldn't be doing the same thing over and over again or you should be doing it a different way or it's too much. But the point is, you need to look around you and you need to look at the people in your circle and ask yourself honestly if they're doing what you want to do. Are they living the life that you want to live? And in my case, if I'm being 100% honest, I couldn't see anyone around me who was living a life that I wanted to live. I think a lot of people around me were living lives that they wanted to live. Like for some musicians, for some songwriters, just doing gigs and selling a few records and touring about, that's fine for them. I knew for me that I wanted to reach more people. I wanted to serve vast numbers of people rather than small numbers of people. If that's not you, that's fine. But if you are the kind of person who really does want to serve vast numbers of people and you're held back by a fear of just working really hard and then probably burning out and probably just feeling exhausted, and B, you're afraid of being judged. If that's you, but you do want to serve vast numbers, then you really need to get over yourself enough so that you can do that. And it's just a case of being willing to experience other people's thoughts about you. People will say crazy stuff to you online, your friends and family will say crazy stuff to you, but if it's in your heart, if it's in your soul, to reach a lot of people with your music, then this is your life. You've got one life, you need to do it. and you need to start today. And so I'd encourage you to think about sharing your art as your responsibility. You have a responsibility to share your art with as many people as possible if you're the kind of person who wants to do that. If not, fine. A lot of artists are really, really introverted and like to just kind of like work on their own and share a little bit. I'm not. I want to reach a lot of people. I'm guessing if you've watched this long, you're not either, and you also want to reach a lot of people. So if that's you, I invite you to think about volume, as in like if you just started posting 3 times a day, every single day consistently for a year, you're going to reach a wider audience. You will, because the amazing thing about volume is not just for volume's sake, but you learn a lot through volume. You learn what works. You learn what doesn't work. You learn what's embarrassing. You learn what's authentic, what's not authentic, right? But many, many artists I know, even on a personal level, are so afraid of doing one embarrassing thing on the internet that they don't start. And that's just crazy, because your audience, your fans will actually like you more if you put yourself out there, if you fall on your face in front of people. They'll love you for that. And guess what? Some of the people in your following are going to say, that's too much, stop doing it. And they'll unsubscribe and unfollow. Great, see you later, cool. They're not your hardcore people, that's fine, right? You're going to be too much for some people, that's fine, let it be. Be too much for them, be yourself. So volume, just go for it. Secondly, if you're worrying about what other people are going to think about you, you're playing a very strange game, because you're effectively trying to control people by being invisible, which is insane. Just be visible. Let them have their thoughts, let them have their feelings, let them move through it. I had a lot of people around me saying, this is embarrassing, or this is too much, or you shouldn't post like this. And now that I've got 250,000 followers, I've got people asking me for advice on how to do it. So sometimes just failing in front of people is the path to developing a skill set. And we're not taught that, because we're taught in university or the school system that you need to that passing tests and not failing is the way to achieve success. In the real world, and in the world of the free market and building your own audience, it's the opposite. You need to start failing, and you need to do it in front of people, and you need to do it a lot. So I hope this video has lit a little fire under you. And if you'd like to work with me to build your social media, to build your confidence, to build your audience, then shoot me a message and let's chat. Have a great day. Cheers.